Rose Joubert was born on the 30th of May 1926 in the family home in Central Street, Jagersfontein, a diamond mining town in the Free State province of South Africa. Her parents were Mary and Joseph Yaman, immigrants from Damascus in Syria. Joseph was a general merchant. Because she shared the same name as her mother, her father Joseph called her Molly. Molly had an older sister, Queenie, and two younger brothers, Jack and Louis. She was the last of the siblings to pass away. In the early 1930s, the Yaman family settled in Kroonstad, a town in the Free State province of South Africa. Molly spent her youth in Kroonstad and completed her schooling at the Kroonstad High School, the same school that her children would attend. Employment reference letters from her headmaster indicated she was honest, reliable, and painstaking. Is of quiet disposition, and no doubt will give satisfaction as she is a steady worker. After completing her schooling, Molly went to Bloemfontein and did a short nursing course. She worked as a shop assistant. She returned to Kroonstad to work in her father's general goods store in number 46 Murray Street. In 1954, a radio electrician, Rose Joubert, started working at the OFS car radio, 48 Murray Street in Kroonstad. During the 4 years Chris worked in Kroonstad, he started courting Molly, and in early 1958, before moving to Port Elizabeth, on the east coast of South Africa, Chris proposed to Molly. On the 11th of October 1958, Chris and Molly got married. They moved to Port Elizabeth, and by 1960 they were living in the suburb of Plumstead in Cape Town. Married life in Cape Town was good for the recently married couple and the now fully qualified radio and electronic engineer. While living in Cape Town, Molly's first child, Cheryl, was born. Molly had 2 children. After Michael was born, the young Joubert family returned to Molly's hometown, where they lived for the next 17 years. During the years in Kroonstad, Molly was a working mom, carrying and fetching her kids from school, encouraging them to take part in all possible activities and supporting them in everything they did. She taught them how to pray, brought them warm milk after cool summer evening swimming training, took them to piano and elocution lessons, and was always ready with an extra bit of pocket money. She was also always their #1 fan. True to her roots, she worked full-time in the family business, running a toy and electrical and household goods store. In 1977, the family moved to Johannesburg, where Chris started a new career. Molly became a housewife and assisted a charity that coordinated private transportation for military personnel to get to and from their bases when on military leave. In the late 1980s, Molly worked as a teaching assistant in the local kindergarten. Molly was very excited about the birth of her first grandchild, Stephen, in 1990. In 1997, the love of her life died. Following a short stay in Johannesburg, Molly left South Africa to join her daughter and son-in-law, Steve, in the USA. Molly's final home was in Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA. She lived on Foreman Trail for 10 years with her daughter Cheryl, Steve, and their sons. Sadly, the last years of Molly's life were blighted with dementia. She received sympathetic and considerate care from Cheryl, Steve, and their family. We will always be grateful to Cheryl and Steve for this. Molly passed away in Virginia Beach on the 19th of November 2009 at 10 a.m. under the caring eye of her daughter Cheryl. Molly survived by 2 children and 6 grandchildren. Mother. She always learned to watch for us, anxious if we were late, in winter by the window, in summer by the gate, and though we mocked her tenderly, who took such foolish care, the long road home would seem more safe, because she waited there. Her thoughts were so full of us, she never could forget, and so I think that where she is, she must be watching yet, watching till we come home to her, anxious if we are late, watching from heaven's window, leaning from heaven's gate. We love you, Mom. Goodbye, and thank you for everything you did for us, and all that you unselfishly gave to us. May you rest in Jesus' care, in peace.